Found this really dope swing, and a few people hit me up. I was gonna keep going round and round and round. A few people hit me up asking me about a little bit of my journey, a little bit about me, and just wanted to break that down a little bit. So, damn, I'm dizzy. So, how to start this? 7 years old, I moved to the UK from Germany, and it's because of my dad's work. And then I went to school here, and I did both German and English at the school. A lot of people watching, probably from my network back then, well, at least some. And then I went to law school. I'm doing massive jumps here. I was never a super confident teenager. I didn't really know what I wanted. I enjoyed sports. I enjoyed basketball, I enjoyed football and stuff like that, but didn't really know what I wanted. Always enjoyed music, like listening to it at least, right? And I went to law school because I felt like I really enjoyed helping people. I didn't realize that everything else that came with it wasn't really my cup of tea. It was just a bit too dry, and I knew that immediately when I got there. So I went till about Christmas time, started in September. About Christmas time, I dropped out. I got really sick with glandular fever, which stuck with me for like 3-4 years, meaning I was so tired all the time. I had sweats at night when my covers were drenched in sweat because I had so much high temperature. I had to sweat out. Always had to sweat out the virus and stuff like that. And although the virus stays in your body for your life, but anyway, this affected me for like 3-4 years and really impacted what I could do in terms of energy levels and brain fog and all that stuff. Don't know how much you've experienced that kind of stuff, but that was my experience. And then after working in a sports shop for about half a year, which I had enough energy for and a little bit of money coming in, living my own place, because for my mental health, I was just like, damn dude, like I need to. By the way, if you can get yourself into nature a little bit today, even if you're working a 9 to 5 or whatever, just 10-20 minutes, if more than better, it's going to make a massive difference in how you feel. So I took this sports shop job because I couldn't bear to being at home and being sick and lying on the sofa all day. So I had my own place, had a job in a sports shop to kind of maintain it. And after half a year, I made sure I went back to higher education because I didn't know what I know now, right? I was like, this is the only path. Who knows, if I don't have a higher education degree, who knows what's going to happen to me? And then I went to study sociology because that was something I kind of enjoyed back at school. It was good, I did very well at it. And but then I was like, do I want to become an academic? Be in the library all day? Read other people's papers and make up some theories? I'm not bashing anyone whose journey that is, but for me it was just like, nah, that's not my thing. So then I dropped out. I was really stressed about getting a graduate job or whatever. But then I was just like, nah, let me just take some time to chill. I chilled. I was doing a couple of like science experiments and stuff like that, just to keep some kind of income coming in, you know. But I didn't want to have anything to tie me down properly. Pretty much immediately after I graduated, I started recording songs. I hadn't recorded songs throughout all of my university time, like 3-4 years. I recorded a little bit when I was like 18, 17-ish, you know, around then. I recorded a little bit on like GarageBand and like the inbuilt microphone for the Mac back then. But then like the songs were something that I just kind of gravitated towards, and like 3.5 years later, I'm creating songs at like a crazy level that I never thought I would, because of the persistence that I had. And obviously in that 3.5 years, I met a lot of influential people in my life. For example, Lo Divino, the producer that produced most of my music, and but he's based in California, and we've just created like over 30 crazy ass songs together. And it's just amazing to connect in that creative process, you know. So if you're still listening, if you're still watching, there's a lot more to fill in here, but at the same time, I was just like, I love sharing what I learned when I was ill, because it wasn't necessary that I had to get better. I could have stayed there forever and just got worse and worse and worse. And some people get chronic fatigue and never get better, right? But I learned so much about diet, and I was so strict on myself to get better. And also mental health. Because if you're in your room all day, you can't socialize, you can't do anything. There comes a point where that starts to have an effect on you, you know? And then it's just like, how are you going to be happy now? Can you even be happy if you've got nothing going for you in your life externally? And then I started diving deep into all the books, like the Dalai Lama, everything. And yeah, there's so much to say here. Honestly, I can't even comprise all this time, because it feels like years. It feels like 20 years that have happened in the last 4, you know. So yeah, and then I was like, I really want to share this. So then I wrote this book called My Happiness Button, which took me like 2 years to write. And I realized this is all jumbled all over the place, but hopefully it helps to fill you in a little bit more about me, about what I do, about why I do what I do. And yeah, I wrote this book. I then transitioned into coaching with a friend that I met called Ollie Sheehan, the mind coach, as he calls himself. You might be familiar with him because we've got a lot of similar connections. And I mean, I don't call myself a coach. I just get on calls with people and I just share this mindset that I have, you know, this positive spin on things that I've got, this way of understanding life and not being so easily brought down by stuff, and being grateful for what I do have. I just share that with people. I just chat. I'm just like, yo, what's up with you? How can I help you? And that's what I do. Like, you can call it a coach, you can not call it a coach, whatever. But the people who it helps them, and you don't need to label it anything, you know? So I've been doing that, and obviously I've been doing the music, and still living in my parents' place, to save money, because I love being near my parents as well, you know? Like, you're not young forever, and they're not around forever, so I also love that. You know, so that's really the point where I'm at. But now it's just like, I've always been taking little jobs here and there, like at the university in my town and stuff like that, working with disabled students, just to kind of sustain this journey and allow me to keep creating art, you know. Recently I shot a crazy music video with my friend called Alex. Maybe I'll link all these people somewhere because it's interesting to see the connections. And it just felt so good, you know. It felt so good to create a visual for the art that I really believe in, like creating something that uplifts people and inspires people that you can listen to, and has a positive impact on you, and you can vibe to as well because it's catchy as hell. That's the music that I love, and that's the music that I want to share with people as well. And this video is probably going to end up on YouTube. I was going to do a little short, like 1 minute Instagram summary, but it just turned out way too long. So hopefully you'll enjoy this longer piece of content here. So now I'm just really in a place where I want to make it happen, you know. And it's like, music's a long game, and whatever I can do to sustain myself in the meantime, if it's like helping people feel better, if it's like distributing my book to people, if it's like, you know, music sales and concerts or whatever. I've always been super fearful of like performing, you know, and that's like a massive limiting belief because I was never good at presentations at school, and sometimes I would freeze up and I would kind of feel like, I would just feel so embarrassed because I wasn't confident. And you know, but now I'm just this is the place that I'm in, just creating from this place, trying to sustain myself and be real, be honest with you, and inspire you in the process. Blessed day. Hope you got some valuable information here. If you got any questions, hit me up on Instagram at @thefelixnew. Send me a DM and I'll record a video like this again. So have a blessed one.